if you are in short of the income, your income is so low, you cannot pay your bills, you have a problem with making much money, then apply husn al-khulq and good morals in your life. One of the causes of increasing the income, the rizq, is by treating people with akhlaq. And you start with your own family, your own kids, and the whole society. Have the husn al-khulq al-akhlaq, then you see the result. And it's a hadith from the Imam Salamullah alayhi. It's like a promise from the Imam Salamullah alayhi, that it will increase the income, the rizq. And of course, we have to make sure that there are no sins in which override some of our deeds, good deeds. Because sometimes there are some sins which makes our rizq less and our income low. The barakah will go. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Final hadith عن النبي صلى الله عليه وآله يقول عليكم بمكارم الأخلاق. Apply the good morals in your life. فإن الله عز وجل بعثني بها. Allah sent me with this mission of the akhlaq to accomplish, to raise people's akhlaq, to perfect people's akhlaq. وإن من مكارم الأخلاق, then he divides, brings the attributes of the مكارم الأخلاق, the good morals. Number one, أن يعفو الرجل عمن ظلمه, is to forgive the one who oppressed you. You have a brother in Iman, let's say he slapped you, he oppressed you, he backbited you. Try to forgive. That's one of the مكارم الأخلاق. أن يعفو الرجل عمن ظلمه. Number two, ويعطي من حرمه, and to give the one who did not give you. As an example, you went to a friend, you wanted actually to seek some help, and he said, no, I'm not free, I'm busy, I can't give you anything. So when the turn comes to him, you give him, you offer him the service, whatever he wants. ويعطي من حرمه ويصل من قطعه. To link, to relink and contact with the one who cut and stopped his relationship by, for example, by the cousin or uncle. Sometimes there are disputes within the family. So you actually try to relink, make the bond between the relatives. You try to make the link again. You go to them, take some presents and change the mood. ويصل من قطعه. And finally, ويعود من لا يعوده, to visit the one who doesn't visit them. To make some kind of social activity. Some people want to stay away from, let's say, these majalis. We try to attract them, to visit them, to bring them back to these majalis. So it's important that we follow these instructions by Ahlul Bayt Salamullah alayhim. And to conclude on all of that, to have good morals and akhlaq in overall, number one, we need to be honest in our speech. To be honest. You speak to people with your heart, not only with your mouth and tongue. To be honest with the people. Number two, have some patience in difficulties. Because without patience, you'll have ill temper and anger, and then that's it. You destroyed whatever you've built. Number three, meeting the people in a cheerful face, not a gloomy face. That's one of the advices by one of the ulama, that to cheer people, to meet people with smile, with akhlaq, avoid any disputes, especially in the majalis. We try to avoid any disputes and arguments. We try to keep the majlis clean from any type of haram, ghiba, namima, backbiting, gossiping, disputes, and so forth. We keep the majlis clean by the dhikr of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
عن مسمع قال لي أبو عبد الله الصادق عليه السلام. Masma' was one of the companions of the Imam الصادق سلام الله عليه. He goes to visit him. The Imam says to him, يا مسمع أنت من أهل العراق. Oh Masma', you are the resident of Iraq. أما تأتي قبر الحسين عليه السلام. Don't you visit Imam's grave in Karbala? أفما تذكر ما صنع به. Don't you recall what they did to him in Ashura? قلت بلى, yes, I remember. I recall. Sometimes I sit and I think about the Ashura's tragedy. قال عليه السلام فتجزع. Do you get sad? In a state of grievance? قلت إي والله. Yes, indeed. By God. وأستعبر لذلك. And I start to cry. حتى يرى أهلي أثر ذلك علي. Till my family, they see me crying like a child, like an infant. فأمتنع من الطعام. See, this is high level of grievance and عزاء to Abi Abdullah. He says that I stop eating for a while. Allahu Akbar. What a level he reached that he even can't eat for a few hours, maybe half a day or something. He stops eating. فأمتنع من الطعام حتى يستبين ذلك في وجهي. They can see, the color of the face goes pale, changes because I haven't ate for many hours. قال عليه السلام رحم الله دمعتك. أما أنك من الذين يعدون في أهل الجزع لنا. You are counted as the ones who commemorate and grieve us. والذين يفرحون لفرحنا ويحزنون لحزننا. And those who commemorate and celebrate our occasions. ويخافون لخوفنا ويأمنون إذا أمنا. Then the Imam says, أما إنك سترى عند موتك وحضور آبائي لك ووصيتهم ملك الموت بك. You will see in the time of death that our advices to the Malak al-Maut, the angel of death, because of you being a true Shia, commemorating our sad occasions. وما يلقونك به من البشارة ما تقر به عينك بعد الموت. They will give glad tidings in the grave. The first minutes you go inside the grave, Ahlul Bayt come and they give glad tidings that أبشر يا عبد الله, أبشر بالجنة, you are with us inshallah. Thus, we see that those who attach themselves to Ahlul Bayt Salamullah alayhim, they will get the glad tidings and the good news in their grave the first night of the qabr. That difficult time and moment and night. But those who cry on Al-Hussein, commemorate his occasions, they will rest in peace, as they say. In peace and harmony. They remain in paradise till the day of judgment with Ahlul Bayt Salamullah alayhim. Tonight is the night of Al-Qasim ibn al-Hasan Salamullah alayh. He goes and asks Abi Abdullah al-Hussein Salamullah alayh permission for the battlefield. Imam Salamullah alayh refuses in the beginning. He says, you're too young, you are the remainder of the Hassan alayhi salam. he goes and he brings the wasiyah of his father Al-Hasan, Salamullahi alayhi, in which it says that when you find yourself in the middle of Karbala, in Karbala, you see your uncle Hussein is in need of support, then support him. So he brings the will and he gives it to Imam al-Hussein Salamullah alayhi. Imam starts to cry. He hugs Al-Qasim Salamullah alayhi. He begins to cry. Then he sends him off to the battlefield. Al-Qasim, he goes forward and he starts to fight the enemies of Allah and His Rasul and Al-Bayt Salamullah alayhim. فقاتل قتال الأبطال حتى انقطع شسع نعله. His shoelace was cut off while he was fighting. So he goes down, Salamullahi alayhi, to fix his shoelace. Hamid ibn Muslim says, I was standing near to Al-Azdi, one of the enemies, and he said, وَاللَّهِ لَأَحْمِلَنَّ عَلَيْهِ لَأَذْكُرَنَّ بِهِ عَمُّهِ. Allahu Akbar. Hamid says, I said to him that, can't you see those people who are around him? Isn't it enough? ألا ترى الذين قد احتوشوه من كل جانب? But he insists to go and kill this child, Allahu Akbar, this youth. Al-Azdi goes forward. He comes near Al-Qasim ibn Hasan Salamullahi alayhi. فضربه على رأسه بسيفه ففلق قامته سلام الله عليه ففلق هامته فوقع القاسم على الأرض. He falls down on the ground in his blood. Al-Qasim سلام الله عليه, he calls عماه يا حسين عليك مني السلام يا عماه أدركني. الله أكبر. There's a salam in Ziyarat al-Nahiya. The Imam says salam to Al-Qasim, Salamullahi alayhima. السلام على القاسم ابن الحسن المضروب على هامته الذي نادى عمه الحسين فجلى عليه كالصقر فرآه يفحص بيده ورجليه. صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله.
صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
لما نظر القاسم علي الأكبر ذهب إلى المعركة ورجع شهيدا. قال عم يا حسين إذن لي بالخروج. أذن له الحسين قال بني قاسم ابرز بارك الله فيك. يقول حميد بن مسلم كنت انظر الى اخذية الحسين فخرج غلام وجهه كفلقة القمايا أرادوا أن يهجموا عليه. قلت ويحكم أما تنظرون إلى صباحة وجه هذا الغلام فهو يقول الغلام
يا عما يا حسينا يا عما يا حسينا لقد ضاق صدري من هؤلاء القوم فأذن لي يقتال. إن تنكروني فأنا نجل الحسن سفر به المصطفى والمؤتمن هذا حسين سير المؤتمن بين أناس لاصقوا سيف المزن يا حسين
يا حسين يا حسين يقول لأجلي والله لأذكرن به عمه أراد الغلام أن يصلح شزعا عليه فجاءه لأجلي من الخير فضربه على أم ويسيه أي رحم الله من نادى وقاسمه أيوة غريبه أيوة مظلومه تقل بدك يا ابني بدك ما